informed choice. So the question I ask of all of you is, currently, I'm a big advocate of school choice, but what information is available to parents in making an informed choice what school is best for their child? At best, they're dealing with anecdotal information. They visit the school. They try to figure out whether other people are happy with the school. But what information is available to give them a solid feeling on whether or not that school will be successful for their child? Choosing a college, one of the most expensive decisions a family will make. How do they choose or help their young person make a choice for college? Is it based on their band uniforms? Whether they like the football team? Does they have a good social life? But where's the quality data telling them that this is the likelihood of a successful outcome, a return on their investment for going to college? There's been a lot of effort. I put forth a bill, a College Transparency Act, which Lord knows I know has raised some concerns regarding privacy. So someone tell me, it's a bipartisan bill, someone tell me how we provide information to the users, not the researchers, to the users so they can make an informed choice. Because frankly, I think you're right. I think they're pretty tired of the government make the choice for them. But without information, they're just guessing.
Solution that you're looking for.
Ms. Robbins, can you help us?
Yes, one thing that I would say is that we need to think about who decides what's important. There are some pieces of legislation that indicate that what is important is how much money people make.
No, but yeah, I understand. But
and that is certainly important to a lot of people. That is the number one thing. To other people, it's really not. And I think that a lot of that is out there if people ask for it. If an applicant to a college wants to know what is your placement rate for such and such program, your job placement, if it's a legitimate institution, it'll give them that information. Sometimes it will crow about that information if they're really proud of it. So if a college won't give it to you, then that's a huge red flag.
I guess I'd suggest that we have a difference of opinion on that, Ms. Robbins. I think the difference of the employment rate, the successful completion employment rate, forgetting income, between, I went to Michigan State University, between the veterinary science program and the nursing program, try to find out that employment information or successful completion rate. Try to find that out. Try to find out from a university in your or community college in your district. The reality is when you get to the programmatic data, there's a real gap there. And there's a huge difference between the architecture program at Michigan State and the education program for a teacher. A significant difference in terms of outcomes, separate from wages. I will suggest, however, when you talk about earnings, given the current crisis we have in student debt, that having an idea whether you can pay your student debt might be a useful piece of information.
I agree. I completely agree with that. And we certainly don't want to be spending a lot of money on something that is a complete waste of time. But the concern that I have with the College Transparency Act is that it does not require consent of the students to be sucked into the system. And there are a lot of people who have, for example, gone to homeschooling because they want to get out of the longitudinal data system. They don't want their children in that's going to go on forever and ever. But with CTA, for example, once you go to college, you're in it. You're in a tracking system, and you don't have you wouldn't even know that this is happening. So if you want to get informed consent of students who are willing to participate in that, that's fine. And if it were scaled back somewhat so that what you're asking for is rates of employment after this, then that's fine. But when you start matching earnings data with education data, that gets a little bit broad for my taste.